Ladies and gentlemen, I'm John Gray, and I'm just plain living here, and I have a surprise for you today. I am so honored and so proud to have sitting in the other chair to co-host this morning, Mr. Pat Welch.
Well, thank you, John. I'm probably don't look as good as your normal co-host.
Well, she has a little more hair than you do. About the same color.
That's everybody on the sidewalk's got that.
About the same color. Peggy's having some procedures this morning, and Pat was going to come in anyway and talk a little bit later on, and which we'll do later on about the Sports Hall of Fame.
Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so we're going to do that, but before we do that, we're going to get into all this good stuff like how's your golf game?
Not very good. My back hurts, my neck hurts. Everything's tough. And today we thought we were going to have perfect weather, and
yesterday was beautiful.
Yeah. But the golf course is closed for maintenance on Monday, so this is a tough day. I may have to venture out, but I don't know whether I'm tough enough to.
Oh well, it's still kind of dark out there.
And misty.
Play Misty for me. Play Misty for me. But what Pat? Everything going on? I think I have an inkling of a thought of a process that might come to fruition, and that would be that Pat and John and Pat might be coming back on in a half-hour format. Is there any truth to that?
There is a thought process that would lead to that. Right now, half of the duo is going to have pretty major shoulder surgery on the 22nd, so everybody will be remembering him, and it's
that'll be John Rickman.
Right, he's got about 2 or 3 months of pretty high-powered rehab.
Right,
and then we might go into negotiations.
Well, like we always said with John and Pat, we'll be back if with management support.
Support, right? That's right.
Well, and you have management support.
We just got to have some time.
A little bit of time.
Rehab time.
A little bit of time.
And he'll be ready.
Yeah. You still working?
No.
A little bit, not any.
No.
Not any anymore.
And I'm busy.
But you're busy. Well, yeah. I mean, you're working, but you're not working a job for somebody else.
That's right.
You're working on things you choose to do, which is
I'm working for everybody.
Huge difference,
Yeah.
Working for everybody.
That's right.
On the school board.
That's right.
I'm very. I'm not upset. I'm excited for her, but I'm in remorse a little bit for the fact that our wonderful
Dr. Stevens did tell him a great job.
Is going to retire. I'm happy that they're going to continue to live here.
They love it here.
And we love them here.
That's correct.
But what a wonderful, and I've told this before, Pat, and you've been involved with it for years and years and years and years. And we've known Robert E. Lee busted my butt in the first grade over at East Lincoln School, because that's where he was superintendent, and that's where that office was. So I've known them all.
Right.
And we've had good men.
They had the old high school. They had a principal's office and they had a superintendent's office, and I think they were side by side in the same hallway. And he was superintendent probably for close to 25 years.
Yeah.
And he was superintendent during a period of incredible growth when Arnold Center came to town.
And he would whip the boys, and his wife would whip the girls. And they were her office, and I thought his office was in East Lincoln School. Yeah, it might have been in the high.
He may have moved after East Lincoln was built, which was built soon after the government gave Tullahoma the funds because of the rapid growth, which led to the East Lincoln being built. I'm not sure if he moved out. I know at one time at the old high school he had an office.
Well, he probably had an office wherever he wanted one,
Yeah.
So I've known them all.
Yeah.
I've got partied with them. I've played golf with them. I've done work with them. But it's funny, you know, when you have a friend that is a friend, and then you have a friend that you do business with as one business person to another business person, there's a difference. And some of these guys who we would do things with and play golf with and party a little bit with and stuff, you walk into the superintendent's office and it's this. You know, I'm in control of this situation. Don't you realize that? Katrine Stevens is the first one, and I've told her, and I've said this many times, when you walk in her office, her arms are always in an open position. I have never seen her do this in front of anyone, close herself off like that. She is like this. And that says a whole lot to me.
Yeah, she's a people person.
Yeah. We're very fortunate to have had her. Now, just a little bit of information for us, the citizens. What type of process do we go through now to replace her?
We're not sure yet. Well, the board's going to meet. I think our regular meeting is the 20th of this month, and there'll be some discussions about what we're going to do, whether we're going to, you know, we used the Tennessee School Board Association. One of their services is superintendent
helping.
advice. Yeah, and they did us a great job.
Yes, sir.
Got her. That is a job statewide and national wide. I think the average stay for superintendent now is like 3.5 years. And Tullahoma's been so fortunate. We had 2 long-term superintendents, Dr. Embry and Dr. Lawson, and both of them served right at 20. Well, everybody else is changing over every 3.5.
Yeah.
So and we still, Dr. Stevens was is going to be close to 7, I believe.
Right, right.
So we've beat those average lengths of times for a pretty long time. We've been really fortunate. But we don't know right now.
Well, I would think that Tullahoma would be a good stop-off place for a superintendent, a town of about 20,000 who is, but they get here, they don't want to leave here.
Yeah.
And so they end up staying longer, most of them, than they intended to. And so
we got a great community, John.
This is an absolutely wonderful community. And the support to the school system. Look at our sports programs. Look at our band program. Go down the list.
Art, music,
all of it.
Yeah.
What a wonderful place for someone to come and be able to be part of that. You don't want to leave that.
John, if we conduct a long, open search, we may need to talk to you. We take you and let you sell the community.
I'll sell it. I will, because I mean,
I tell you what, it doesn't need much selling.
No, but the thing about it is, and I say this to a lot of these young kids, look out about the way you dress. You know, nobody wants to hire. They don't want to. This boss man don't want to see your underwear. You know, you can do whatever you want to do when you're on your own time. When you're on his 8-9 hours, work the plan. You know, because most of these folks are entrusting you with a family business that they've built, and you're representing them. So what you do, everything is a sell. I don't care if you're a preacher, a teacher, a doctor, a businessman, it's about the sell. Can you sell your product, whatever that is?
And a lot of times it's selling yourself.
Sell yourself, you do. And I tell these little kids, I said, Tony Dungy's book, got it on the shelf back there. I've probably given a case of them away to these high school kids. It's called Uncommon. Don't run with the herd, run above the herd. And I tell these kids that, find your own why do you want to look like everybody else? Be uncommon, don't be common. have that little bit of something that when you're around people, they look twice because they see or feel something about you that makes them want to be right there. And that's what you have to do with your town. You have to let those people and make those people feel what's here. And once they do, they want to be part of it.
Yeah.
And if there's anything I can ever do in help in some way about that, you know, we're old enough we get to make the decisions on what we want to do and don't want to do. So
what we're going to call and what we don't call.
That's right. That's right. And whether we're going to play golf or not.
That's right. That's right. How much mist does it take before we don't play?
All right. So what we're going to do? We're going to do some selling right here, right now. We got love this stuff. Parks and Rec, I guess. No, yeah, it is. I'm sure. CD stamps. This will be the Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebration. We believe, we achieve, we succeed. January 19th, and that's this month, 8 a.m., breakfast at 9, prayer at 10, program at 11. And that is at 810 South Jackson Street, Tullahoma, out at CD Stamps, Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebration. And then we've got South Jackson, the Enchanted Bookshop. And that is audition information here is when and where, January 8th. And that will be 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., South Jackson Performing Arts Center Auditorium. Ages 5 to 18, must be 5 years old by January the 8th. Children age 5 must be supervised by a parent, adult during all rehearsals. So, look at that. You want to be part of that the Enchanted Bookshop, the musical. South Jackson is doing so many wonderful things. Best little theater in the state of Tennessee. That's another one of those things that's a sell. If that's not something you need to carry in your bag to pull out,
if you,
you know, nothing is.
Their schedule alone would be a selling point.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. So that's a couple things there. I will indulge myself now. Seeing as how I've done this for 30 some odd years, I can indulge myself.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm a writer, we know that. You know, you've been in this situation, I'm sure, where you're trying to get somewhere and you just can't get there because you can't get the people that are in front of you out of the way. Or they just don't want anything to do with you.
That's my dream. My dream's always frustrating.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't get there.
I was in Nashville after I had my first heart procedure. And I'd go up there every twice a month at least and roam around, publishing places and stuff. I walked in this place one day and knocked on the door, went in, and there was a couple guys, a couple girls, and they were all cowboys, you know. They were part of Music City. And they were singing and playing along a little bit, and I said, they said, what do you want? I said, well, I'd write a few songs. I'd like to know if you'd like to listen to some of my stuff. Well, we'll probably do that. So just sit around a little bit and wait a little bit and we'll see. Well, I'm sitting out there by myself in a room like this, you know, and I'm looking around. I hear some noise being made back there, and I thought, well, I might as well just walk on back there because they're not going to come get me.
They're not in a rush to get you.
They're not in a rush to get me. So I went back there and they just finished up something and said, hey, he said, I'm sorry, we just got busy. He said, we're getting ready to go to the Bluebird. Why don't you just come on, go to the Bluebird with us? He said, go on out there and get in your car, and we'll come around the corner and follow us to the Bluebird. Well, I go out there to, hear, I walk out and get my car started up, and I'm sitting there, and ain't nobody shows up, you know. So I pull around the corner. Well, they all got in the other cars, and they're headed in the other direction. So I thought, well, I know where the Bluebird is. I'll just go out there myself. So this is what I wrote about that experience. And you always need to be confident enough to show your stuff. It's called throw the fat in the fire. Ever wonder if you're strong enough to grab a thing you want? Taking chances is risky, so most people don't. By standing back and watching, you won't get what you desire. So walk up to the flame and throw the fat in the fire. The competition's stiff out there, so you work twice as hard, watching as the game gets played in someone else's yard. The party's always going on, but no one seems to care that you just might be good enough to be one of them there. So throw the fat in the fire. Will it cook? Will it burn? Throw caution to the wind and see what can be learned. Climb out on that limb. Will it bend or will it break? Throw the fat in the fire. It's a chance you got to take. You show your best to would-be peers and they send you away. But with hard work and persistence, there'll come a day. Your efforts are rewarded. It's your day in the sun. And when the party is for you, they'll all be glad to come. So throw the fat in the fire. Will it cook? Will it burn? Throw caution to the wind. See what can be learned. Climb out on that limb. Will it bend or will it break? Throw the fat in the fire. It's a chance you've got to take. Yeah, throw the fat in the fire. It's a chance you got to take.
John, you need to put some music to that.
Nah, that's just that ain't nobody won't sing that. This I wrote about architecture. You'll enjoy this because you'll understand it. I'll read the P.S. A thought precipitated by the problem architects have creating proper lighting to display the volume and shapes of the space captured by their design. So, think about that. Think about an architecture. Think about a builder. Then think about a preacher. And a preacher's always talking about the light, the shadows. Come out of the shadows.
And into the light.
And
into
the
light.
They got a problem with one thing. There is light if there is shadow. The only way there's not light is to be darkness. So I wrote this. In the void, a thought resonated. Let there be light. And there was light. Without light, there is only darkness. Without light, there are no shadows. Without shadows, there is only one dimension. There is no fullness of form without shadow. So when there was light, there was form, providing an environment for life to exist. And then there was light. So you think about that. You think about that architect who's built that building, and it's got a round feature in it, or it's got a corner at a certain place that, without the shadow, without that light, you can't see that form. And so until there was light, there was no shadow. There was only darkness. After that, when there was light, then there was form. When there was form, there was life. That's heavy, isn't it?
It's real heavy.
Okay, let's get light then. After this holiday season, you can see where this comes from. A spare plate near the interstate. Laugh and lie about times gone by. You pick up the check. It's the thing you do when Ken comes traveling through. Plastic and paper, bagged and boxed at the road. New things get made out of old stuff. My life's container has been kicked to the curb many times. So Lord, please continue to repurpose me as you have been repurposed.
We all
have. sitting on the side of the bed, waiting for the morning sun to appear. Have a plan in my head. The outcome isn't clear. The he said, she says can get in the way. But no matter what they say, make it a good day. The brilliance assigned to creative endeavor that affects the degree of happiness attached must never be allowed to come from lofty towers, but from the warm spark in one's soul that makes you smile.
John, is that whole book you?
Huh?
Is it all yours?
Yeah, loku. Not haiku, loku. Damn, they're ugly. Damn, they're fast. You can't trap them or poison their ass. After Armageddon and all else is gone, there's only two things left to approach: Keith Richards and the cockroach. With that said, we'll be back in just a minute, and then we'll find out exactly why Mr. Pat Welch is here today.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton's Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
For over 40 years, family-owned Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration is the name you can trust for residential and commercial HVAC installation, maintenance, and repair. As we transition to our next generation of leadership, the Stroop team is committed to providing your indoor comfort needs. We at Stroop's emphasize excellence in everything we do with certified technicians, 24/7 emergency service, and free estimates. Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company.
Gracie and Pedro might not get along so well.
They're standing on my tail.
But there's one thing they agree on. There's a right seat for everyone.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Whether you're a dog,
Hold on, Pooch.
a cat, a fish, or a rat.
And I'm a ferret.
Be sure to travel safe.
How can you be so sure?
I'm absolutely positive.
On your next adventure, make sure your children are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back and we're glad to reintroduce our special guest today, helping me co-host. That's Mr. Pat Welch, and Pat's really here. He got drafted into this because Miss Peggy had something she had to go do about the Sports Hall of Fame inductees that will be coming up. And that, what day is that, Pat?
That is January the 31st of this month. Starts at 5 o'clock at D.W. Wilson, though it'll be transformed where you will not know where you are, how you got there. It's the first time I went in after that contractor changed it out. This is in Tullahoma. I'm somewhere in New York, some studio in New York. They just do a great job. We'll have heavy hors d'oeuvres. You won't need supper, you get all you want to eat there. And then at 7 o'clock we have the induction itself. That'd be emceed by Scott Chastain. It's a great event, and each of the inductees will bring mementos, and they're in the room across from the main gym that's being transformed into that area, and most of our inductees have always taken a little bit of time to get some artifacts out that will mean something to everybody. And I saw at Miss Carden's funeral this past week, Coach Carden is going to be, who's passed away 10 years ago. I didn't realize it'd been that long.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
They said that her death has caused the family members to go in and look at the mementos, and she said it's going to be nice.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah. John, we probably need to make sure we list the event sponsors. I'm not sure if you can see all that, but L&H has been the primary sponsor every year. The Sports Council, of course, is one of the sponsors. First Bank is one of the main sponsors.
No, you got it. Can you get it on the thing there? See if you can tune in on that. There you go.
And of course, Parks and Recreation is one of the sponsors.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. So, of course, Milton Carden was one of my coaches. And really, I guess he was. Well, I don't know. Floyd Smith was a pretty good coach as a White Sox. When you're a little, but a real. When you got into real stuff, Carden's the first one that I ran across that, really satisfied the definition.
He was a multifaceted guy.
Oh, unbelievable.
Let's go down some of these guys.
Yeah, let's get them all.
When he was at MTSU, which I believe it was a period of when he was in the Navy in between his education time, he ran track and cross country and trained in boots, Army boots, where there's extra weight on him. But most people, when they run, are wanting to have as little weight on their feet as they can. But he got, while he was training, he got just as heavy as he could possibly get. And he was also a really good baseball player. And he played for the Tullahoma Braves, old Mountain Valley League participant that was back in the 60s.
Yeah.
And they said he was a great hitter. But he came to East, and I'm not going to go through all the credentials of everybody, because Scott's going to do a great job of that night.
You got to pay to play. You got to pay to get that.
I'm here to get your interest up. Then he'll get all the facts and so forth. But Coach, did a great job in basketball, track, and football especially. I think there was a period while he was there that he won 33 straight games in football. When West and East had separate programs, they were real big rivals, and I think Coach shut them out something like 4 years in a row.
Oh, we did.
He really did a good job at East. And then he went to the high school in either 65 or 66, and was, I believe, the first cross country and track coach.
He was.
And had several state champions, and he did a great job, and he is and was a character.
But nobody, one of the things that doesn't really get called out is he was also at East the girls basketball coach.
Yeah.
And that's back when they played 3 on each end.
Right.
And his teams were just about as dominant as the football program was.
You're exactly right. He would bring up, at that time, there's still a lot of it was before the big wave of consolidation and the counties in Coffee County and around us. And I believe they played a team or school, it was Hanging Branch, I believe was the name of it, and they beat East bad. So he always, if he wanted to make light of his success, he'd say, well, you hadn't been there until you've been beaten by Hanging Branch. Oh, let's see who some of these other ones are. The 1980 THS men's golf state champions. We had a period of 4 years in the late 70s and early 80s, where Tullahoma won the state championship in golf 3 of the 4 years. And that was before the privates and publics separated, and before classification by enrollment. So everybody. So Tullahoma was beating NBA in Nashville, Baylor in Chattanooga, the biggest schools in the state, Murfreesboro Central, and that is really something else. And the players, I think, Brent Richardson was on that team. Bill Zibik, that still lives in Tullahoma, was on that team. Clay Usselton, who remains a great golfer, that played at South Carolina and qualified for the U.S. Open or U.S. Amateur. And another kind of neat story that not many people know about. Scott Copeland is well known in town, but I don't know if there's another athlete that has played on 3 state championship teams. He's on every one of those state championship teams. Clay would have been on 2 of them, and that's a kind of an interesting side note.
Certainly.
Coach Carden, and then Gary Barfield was a 3-sport letterman for 3 years in each one of them: football, basketball, and baseball. Started playing baseball at Columbia State, transferred back to Motlow, had a great career there. When he finished at Motlow, which of course is a junior college, he transferred to UT Martin, had a great career there, hit I think 3 home runs in one game, and still nobody at Martin has achieved that. He became the head softball coach at Motlow, had tremendous success, all kinds of state championship teams and state runner-ups teams. And he was, did an exceptional job there to the point where he's been elected and put in the State Junior College Hall of Fame, Athletic Hall of Fame, which, if I told somebody the other day, if a man can qualify for the State Junior College Hall of Fame, he ought to be able to make Tullahoma.
You think so?
Hall of Fame.
Where have we been looking?
Yeah, that's right. And after Motlow, he became the softball coach at the high school and has done a super job. So that he'll have I hope he's got a big room for a big area.
Oh yeah.
For this mementos, because he's going to have plenty to show off. Maurice Shaw would have played for Joe Gaddis in the team he had in, I believe, '87 that made it to the state semifinals of Final Four, and it probably doesn't get the recognition that he deserves. Not many people. Scott Chastain has looked it up. He's got the school record in points, rushing totals, and so forth. In his career, he ran for 800 times for 5,469 yards. John, that's close to 3 1/3 miles. I worked that out last night. That's an incredible feat. 67 touchdowns, and he's scored every way a person can score. Now, I don't know if he had tackled somebody for safety, but he had rushing touchdowns, receiving touchdowns, punt returns for touchdowns, and kickoff returns for touchdowns. And
did he kick an extra point?
I don't know. He's a lot of 2-point conversions, though. I don't know about the kicking, but he had a bunch of 2-point conversions too. And those, we've had some great athletes, including his brother, but nobody has anywhere close to the yardage that Maurice had. And he's a coach at the high school for a long time, both helping with football and the head track coach too. He was also a great baseball player. I think his
athletes.
His junior year, he hit something like 500. He's just he's incredible, and played football at Ole Miss. Now let's see who else we got on this. David Hess. David had a great career at the high school, and he went to Tennessee Tech and did well enough there where he was drafted in the 5th round in major leagues. And he's played at least for 2 major league organizations and had good statistics. And he was involved with another one. He's involved with 3 different major league franchises and made it to the majors in 2 different groups. And one thing that I've always admired about him is he's fought cancer really hard and with great faith. And he had a tumor in his chest wall and had, of course, went through rigorous chemo on that, and it came back. But he's been cancer-free from the second time for a long time, and he hadn't blinked. He's a great inspiration just on the health situation, but there's not a whole lot. We've got some Major League Baseball players here, but not a lot of them, and he's one of them. Estelle Williams, her last name is Duff now. She would have been back in the late 80s, I believe, and won the 300 hurdles. And if you go down to the track and tell yourself, I'm going to run 2/3 or 3/4 around this track as hard as I can, you're going to be pretty tired. But think what it's like if they put 8 obstacles that you got to jump over to get there. That's a heck of a tough race. The guys, I think, run 400 in the Olympics, and they're about to die. And the women in high school running 300, and she blew everybody away her senior year in the state. And Mike Stanton was her coach. This is back when Mike was at the high school as a guidance counselor, and he told me that she was just a great athlete, a great girl. Yeah. We have people that we induct, and then during the previous year, anybody that's got a great sports achievement, they're honored. And we've got one this year that Price Harden is a young man at the high school now, and last year in the 8th grade he qualified for the first time. He hadn't run track, but he was a shot putter for his 8th grade year, and he won the state. And the TSSAA now sponsors just about a state championship for every sport that they sanction at the varsity level, the high school level, and he's one of the early shot put champions.
I'll be darned.
Yeah. And so he'll be honored along with the inductees.
Very good.
Now, is there anything on this chart, John, that we've covered that we haven't?
January 31st.
Let's do that. Yeah, January 31st,
the date.
5 o'clock to get down there and mingle.
What do you have to do to? It says tickets available now. What
Tickets
do you have to do to get a ticket?
Go down to Financial Management Advisors, First Bank, or Nature's Elite. However, in the days of technology, the easiest way to get a ticket is to get on tullahomasports.org. And that, again, is tullahomasports.org. It's probably the best way to get
You sound like
tickets.
you've got this stuff pretty well down.
It's been rehearsed pretty well. It's a great event.
Well, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to get deep in. Make sure that I have a ticket for this thing, will you?
Yeah.
You know.
I need to tell the people on the desk that when Big John comes through, let him in?
No, I mean, I want to pay. I don't want anything free. I want to make sure because of Coach Carden.
Okay.
Because he and Miss Martha were very, very big influences in my life.
Is it just going to be you, or you going to bring your bride?
No, it's probably just going to be me.
Okay. I'll get with Lisa Beasley.
Yeah, just make sure I have a ticket because I'm not good at going to the portal.
Okay.
Okay.
I got you.
I like human touch.
There you go.
All right, Pat. And for all you do and have done for our school system, for our community, and just being the guy you are, thank you for that. And thank you for hanging.
That's probably a little bit more than I deserve, John, but thank you.
No, it's not. It's not enough. It's not enough.
Thank you.
You're a very, very fine gentleman, and I'm honored to have you with me today.
I'm honored to be here.
And all the things, you know.
Who would ever dream that I could take Miss Peggy's place? You know.
You can't.
There's going to be a whole lot of people there when they see this shocked.
Where'd Peggy Hare go? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back after a commercial break. Thank you so much. Don't go away because we've got some other kind of special stuff going on today. Just hang. You'll enjoy the next segment.
This place, where you grew up, where your memories were made, and where your dreams were born, where your neighbors stop to say hello, and where you're always welcome to stay a while.
Yeah.
Where your Fridays are spent under the lights. And where Saturdays are made for the water. Where you can feel good about a hard day's work. And take pride in a job well done. Where small business makes a big impact. And home is always a sight for sore eyes. And where the best things in life, well, the best things in life are the little things. Tullahoma Utilities Authority. Power in community.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
For over 40 years, family-owned Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration is the name you can trust for residential and commercial HVAC installation, maintenance, and repair. As we transition to our next generation of leadership, the Stroop team is committed to providing your indoor comfort needs. We at Stroop's emphasize excellence in everything we do with certified technicians, 24/7 emergency service, and free estimates. Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy right now because I heard a name yesterday that I hadn't heard in quite some time, and it is a family name. It is the Dumar family. And I have a son of one of those people that I went to school with, Josh.
Right.
Joshua. Are you Joshua?
Joshua.
Fifth Battle of Jericho.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to thank Chris for this because they went to school together. They were school friends, and you have talked, and your story is something that, in my mind, everybody that's alive should work to achieve.
Well, thank you.
And that is to get yourself in a position to do what makes you happy in life.
Exactly.
And where you don't have to dance to the drummer anymore. And you've sort of done that. And what was so interesting about this is you, as you travel, and you have worked, you've been part of the military system, you've done all kinds of stuff, but you made decisions along the way that has allowed you to kind of end up, how old are you right now?
Turned 50 in like a month and a half.
50?
50.
You'll be 50? Oh, you baby. Your daddy and I could say you're a baby. You're still a baby.
Oh, yeah.
But to be able to set yourself free at that age is a great accomplishment, in my mind.
I think so. I mean, I can say I'm living my best life, happy as ever. But it's, it goes back, you mentioned my dad, it goes back to him. It's kind of where all this started. It was like a seed planted growing up not really growing up, as I retired from the military and able to kind of figure out what I wanted to do in my life, was always looking back at the seeds that he planted along the way.
Right.
So if it wasn't for his financial advice or his being a soundboard, that I probably wouldn't be sitting here today in traveling the country, capturing photos, capturing people's stories that I find inspirational. So it's been quite compelling.
All right. So when did you get involved with either still pictures or video? When did you get involved in that side? Where did that show up in your life?
So I remember having a camera as a kid, like a little, I don't know, 35 millimeter camera, like your film camera. And so I just picked it up here and there, but really and truly, I was gonna go backpack the Pacific Crest Trail in 2019. And so I kept seeing all these cool photos, like I want to go do that. So I had a guy that worked with me, and he was like, you should buy this camera. And so I had a camera, and so now I didn't know what to do with it. So I just took thousands and thousands of photos, and luckily I had mentors along the way that helped me review the photos and, hey, try this, try that. So along the way, I would sit here and just take tons of photos of landscape at the time, because I wanted to recreate what I saw in other photos and to share to my friends and family. Because not everybody gets to, quit going to work and go hop on the road and take photos of random places around the world. And so I learned the camera, or I learned the photography triangle, and then I was ready to go, and COVID happened. So from there, everything gets put on hold, and then I had a corporate job for a while, and after that, and your corporate job was? I was vice president of operations for a credit card company.
Okay.
So after,
I bet that was brutal.
It was brutal. So after after a little bit, I was like, you know what? Is it money or is it life?
Right.
So you can make all the money in the world, but can you ever spend it? So after all my saving of life and whatnot, I was like, you know what? I have a retirement check from the military. Why not go out and do something different? So I sold all my stuff, got rid of everything, donated it all, and just hopped on the road and started taking photographs. So it evolved from, backpacking with a camera to taking sports photographs, because I was a trail runner at one time, and I remember seeing those photos.
What type of runner?
A trail runner.
Trail runner, okay, yeah.
So just not doing marathon.
The Captain, have you seen that movie?
I'm not sure.
About a dog, and a guy's a trail runner down in Venezuela. They're running this course.
I have not seen it, no.
Oh, I'll tell you about that when we're off set.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got to see it. Okay, so being married to a Couch, which was Couch's downtown, which was a photography store.
Oh, yeah.
And my sister-in-law's Candy.
Okay.
Who they made, Bob Couch filmed everything here.
Yeah.
And when or have you made the change from film to digital?
So that was a year ago, almost today. I woke up I was in Las Vegas. I woke up in December, and I was like, I want to do something different. I have the ability to travel and talk to all these amazing people. Like, how can I convert their stories, conversations like this, into a video to share to others? So about a year ago is when I was sitting there with pen and paper going, what can I call this? And what is it going to look like? And just kept going on. And I finally come up with why I. We all have a story to share. And an inspirational story. It has to be inspirational, motivational.
Right.
We all have that to share with others.
Sure.
So why not be the catalyst or the avenue to capture your story and share it with my network? Because we all have our own little networks, our own little pods of people. So why not capture that amazing story and share it, and hopefully to inspire others? That was the premise of it. And it was all going back to, I have this little itty bitty video of my dad talking on a cell phone, the little flip phones. That's the only video I had. So it was kind of like, if I could share your story to keep it alive, maybe to other generations as well. And it's all simple. It's a passion project. So
Right.
all it costs is your time.
Right.
I have all the stuff.
Okay, so I guess, did you go from have you gone in your picture taking from film to digital?
No, I always did digital. So my first camera was a Sony mirrorless camera, and I just have stuck with Sony the whole way through.
So you've never had to worry about having film developed?
When I was a kid, I had a 35 mil.
Yeah, back then. But since you've been
in my adult
on the road,
it's been strictly
it's been digital. Right. And you know, I guess everybody in a way is a photographer now because everybody carries a cell phone, and the cell phone cameras are very, very good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So there's a lot of people I know, a lot of news reporters. That's all they give them anymore to do a news piece for Channel 4 News is a phone. So you're YI.
YI.
That's a great name. Yeah.
Everybody has a story, and I've done some. Speaking of the YIs, in my travels through Tullahoma, I was able to do a couple of high school friends that have have since left, but I've done 2 stories from.
Did you bring them with you?
I did bring them. So the first one was a lady I went. Both were in the same grade, Lindsay Schultz, and she owns a bookstore in Smyrna, and I was like, I think she was my second or third story. And I just, it's like selling.
Now, is that Roy and Susie's daughter?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I just know she lives in, we went to school together. She lives in Smyrna and she's an entrepreneur, female entrepreneur. So it was like perfect. Somebody who is, sharing a positive story.
So we have that?
We have that. So so there's, I think it's called Why I'm it's either an entrepreneur or Why I'm a bookstore owner.
Why I'm a bookstore owner. I think that's
why
one.
I'm a bookstore.
Welcome to the Spine Bookshop. What can I help you with today? It was my 45th birthday, and I'd gotten laid off on my birthday. I was having a little bit of a pity party, admittedly, because I couldn't believe that I was still 45 with a master's degree and still working jobs that weren't my favorite thing. So I was talking to my friend Tammy, and, kind of complaining about, I can't believe I got laid off on my birthday, and, I'm 45, and how are we still here? And so she made the comment, well, are you going to get off your ass and start your bookstore that you've been talking about, or are you going to keep taking jobs that suck your soul out of your body? And so we kind of laughed, and the next thing I know, she showed up with books and a bottle of wine. She signed me up for the farmer's market and helped me start my first website. And we started out of the office of my house. And then here I am almost 3 years later. I started out with 3 local or independently published authors, and I've now grown to 80 something. I've lost count. And we've done author signings and book clubs and release parties and all kinds of events to really showcase the not so famous author. The other thing that I have found myself doing is fighting book banning. And I didn't realize that was going to be something that I was going to be fighting. But then the county that we live in decided that they wanted to start banning books. And so the Rutherford County Library Alliance reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to speak, and I said, sure. I started the Banned Book Brigade as part of that. I've really tried to grow our African American section, our Hispanic author section, our LGBTQ section. We have an entire bookshelf of nothing but banned books. And I try to keep up with those books and make sure that the people that want to read them can. So the other thing that we do, or I do at the Spine, is I run a podcast. And the purpose of the podcast was to talk about how reading has affected people. So I think that some books, when you read them, they just kind of go right over your head, no big deal. I think other books, you read them and they become a part of your soul. And I think that some people grow up reading as an escape, other people grow up reading to educate themselves. So I really wanted to know how reading has affected different people in different ways. And so that was the whole point of our podcast. And I'm really excited about starting season 2 because we have people that I haven't met that want to be on the podcast because they've heard the podcast and they are happy and impressed with it, which makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing. Because I think we need to shine a light on what reading can do for people, especially if people are going to start banning books. We need to make people aware that banning books, you're taking a key thing away from people. My name is Lindsay, and this is why I opened and run my own bookshop.
Through the Lens Media.
Through the lens.
That's you.
Everything is through the lens.
Whether you have a camera or not.
Exactly. Your eyes, your glasses.
Yeah, your soul.
Yeah.
The lens of your soul is the one you need to pay attention to.
Yeah, this is very true. Are you following?
Yeah. So, in your travels, what leads you from one location to the next location?
Well, I would say that's the easy part right now. So as a sports photographer, I get assigned different, there's different assignments in different states and different cities.
Now, who's that for?
It's so I photograph Spartans and Tough Mudders. And there's some other events that are out there that I pick up on my own. And so again, it's like being a salesperson. Like, hey, I'm a photographer. Do you need a photographer?
Right.
It's like a network connection.
Sure.
So it's not as easy as one may think. But so through taking photographs of the Spartans and Tough Mudders, I'm able to travel from one location to the next, and usually it's on the road. So during the season, I will say travel from Detroit to Wisconsin. So in between there, I may stay with somebody, a friend from my military travels, or just in passing or something like that, and just stay there. And the next thing I know, I'm connected with somebody else, and everything seems to happen for a reason.
Oh, always.
And then you're sitting there all of a sudden having a conversation like, do you want to do a video? Like I met this lady in Bozeman when I went there to photograph.
I love Bozeman.
It's a beautiful town, and it's really busy. But I met this lady. She was an artist sitting in a park, and so me and my grown-up personality, I just walked up to her and I was like, "Hey, what are you painting?" And so we started talking, and after like an hour of talking, I was like, "Do you want to do a video?" And she was like, "I never thought about it before." I was like, "I like what you're doing. It's it inspires me that you're sitting here in a park painting pretty photos." And so we sat down for like 2 hours, and I captured her story and shared some of her work, and even purchased some of her work. So that's another cool thing. I get to add little trinkets to my travels.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so, but then of course, as I traveled last year, there was another I mentioned earlier, another lady I went to school with, Jessica. She was Jessica Trent growing up. Now she's I think it's Jessica Daly. But I just kept in touch with people, and you keep in touch with good people, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And you stay connected, and so I was in Boise a few months later, and was able to capture her story, and she too went to school. But as we go to school for one thing, it just leads us to something else, and she wanted to become a sustainable seamstress based off of her education, and so yeah, she started making clothes for her kids, and now she makes handbags out of products from thrift stores, and just hand-me-down fabrics. They're still good. There's no reason to get rid of them.
Coat of many colors.
Yeah, exactly.
Dolly Parton made a fortune off of it.
Yeah. So there's a video of her as well.
Okay, well let's go. You want to go to that one?
We can go to that one, but then we can talk about her and talk about other travels and what's coming up, because there's another lady that I'm working on right now. Her name's Maria. She's a local photographer, and we hiked out at Machine Waterfalls.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or Machine Falls. We did a hike out there, and it was perfect. So hers should come out in the next week or so. I have to release these sparingly.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, so let's go to the next one.
Growing up, I had Lord do for me what I can't.
Action.
My name is Jessica, and this is why I am a sustainable seamstress. I am currently working on a handbag for my online shop. I'm using a upcycled tablecloth that I had thrifted from a thrift store. They make great materials for handbags because there's a lot of yardage and I can get a lot of projects out of one piece. My mom is who inspired me to start sewing. She taught me when I was about 11 years old, and I didn't make very many things then. I just did basic sewing. But when I started having my own kids, I wanted to make them clothing, and so she helped me from afar because we didn't live close, but she taught me how to sew and use my sewing machine. And I made Halloween costumes and did all the fun things for my kids. But as they got older, they didn't really want me making them clothes anymore, so I learned how to make handbags, which I really enjoyed. Got a degree in biology with an emphasis in ecology, and that's where I really learned about sustainability and things that we can do as individuals to make the world a better place and, you know, recycle, reuse, all the things that we were taught, but it taught me different ways that we could do that. And at the same time, I was running my online business, and I decided to take what I learned in school, and even though I did not make a career out of it, I applied it to my small business and began to source materials that are more sustainable for my bag making and for clothing. So I have been looking for other materials. Sometimes those come from thrift stores or from yard sales, and some places sell fabric that's called dead stock, which is pretty much leftover fabric from a fabric mill, and they sell that at a discount. So I will use that sometimes. But for the majority, I use thrifted items like leather jackets or bedspreads, sheets, and sometimes I even take other clothing and disassemble and recreate it into something else. Once I started actually looking for materials to use in my business, it kind of became a treasure hunt because it was exciting to go and see what I could find. And at the same time, I was saving things from the landfill. And that was just a really good feeling, knowing that it would get reused to something that somebody can use rather than being thrown away. And we don't really realize how much of the things that we donate or throw away that ends up in a landfill. I mean, we all take like bags of donated clothing to the thrift store and think that we're saving it from the landfill, but actually about 10% of what we donate actually ends up in the stores. So by taking the items that are actually there and reusing them, I'm doing what I can just to save it little by little. I may not have a job in my field of study, but I've learned that I can apply those principles to other parts of my life. I've learned that there can be beauty and value in unexpected places.
All right, that's just incredible, Joshua. You know what? We're going to have to bring this to a close. We could do this. We could continue this all day.
Right.
You know, because we have a whole lot of things in common going on. What's next? The same? How can people? Do you have a site that people can go to? Sell yourself, or sell your soul, not your soul, but sell yourself here, because you know you're selling it. You're selling it for you. You're not selling it for the man.
No,
you're selling it as a gift.
It really
to
is.
Other people.
It really is a gift. So the idea is to it's a video for yourself. It's a video for your family. It's and depending on the project, it could be a video to promote your business.
Right.
So it's I have all the time in the world. I'm pretty fortunate in life, and so it's a passion project. And you can find me through thelens.media on a website, or cave _runner on Instagram, and of course Joshua Durmeyer on Facebook. But
there you go.
I'm out there, and who knows, I may travel to some other city one day and feature somebody else.
Sure, I know you will.
So I'm excited to continue the
Well,
journey.
what we'll do with this is give you a link to this, private link to this, where you can share what we're doing here.
Outstanding.
If that's okay, if you'd like to have that.
Thank you for the opportunity. It's been fun.
Thank you, my friend.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Well met.
Thank you.
Well met. We'll be back after these messages.
HostMy provides modern phone systems with mobile integration, HIPAA-ready business texting, and digital faxing solutions. More importantly, we offer dedicated U.S.-based support, transparent billing, and unparalleled reliability. Call 931-581-4411 today and partner with the best.
Hi, my name is Ringo, here at Barkview Senior Living. They're human-friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Barkview. A Parkview Senior Living. For your dog's best friend, you.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is me? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. Yeah, you turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you got to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program, and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat.
Hello, I'm John Rickman, and this is...
I'm Pat Welch, and we're here today to bring you the first installment, hopefully not the last, but possibly the last, of Conversations with John and Pat.
We'll be talking about Tullahoma. We'll be talking about things that happen in schools, in the community. First, I want to do a little song. I have been writing songs down through the years, and this is one about my hometown of Chapel Hill, Tennessee. There, we have the Chapel Hill Ghost Light. That's probably one of the most known phenomenon around, and this is how that song goes. Well, many years ago along the railroad track one night, a man was walking home and held a lantern for his light. He never heard the whistle scream or the mighty engine pound. He never even knew it when that freight train ran him down. The engineer ran back in time to see the poor man die. But as he neared the tragic spot, a light rose in the sky. The lamp the man had carried was never found that night. Now the old folks say above the track his lantern shining bright, and still his lantern hangs over the railroad, watching every freight train go by. There's a ghost light over the railroad, shining in the Chapel Hill sky. Looking at the ghost light will make your blood run cold. It moves along the railroad track and haunts your very soul. A spirit holds a lantern high for all the world to see, for the old ghost light of Chapel Hill remains a mystery, and still his lantern hangs over the railroad, watching every freight train go by. There's a ghost light over the railroad, shining in the Chapel Hill sky, shining in the Chapel Hill sky. Pat, I noticed you didn't go in with harmony on the chorus.
No, John, the best thing I could do to add to that song was stay out of it.
Well, that was fun. No, I understand that you and others from Tullahoma used to come over to see the light in Chapel Hill.
Well, it was a little bit above my generation, a little bit. But before we go too much further, John, maybe we had a prior conversation today where we both agreed that we could bring up things about you in Chapel Hill and me in Tullahoma, and then you living in Tullahoma and me working in Tullahoma, and we're living in Tullahoma and conversing in Tullahoma. But we wanted to be sure that when we told our stories, a good story, it basically tells the truth. It may have a little rough edges on the sides, and we were going to do everything we could not to embarrass our mothers, one of which is 99 years and mine's 85. But so if we insinuate that we've been involved with a caper that we probably shouldn't have been involved in, we want our mothers to assume that we weren't, and we're not going to accuse the other person of actually being there. Now that we got that out of the way, that song was awful pretty, but if the audience had any trouble listening to a country song, the people in Tullahoma heard it that when the gentleman lost his life, he also lost his head, and that as this light and ghost is coming down the railroad tracks at night, that he's actually looking for his head. Now, is that part of it? And
it's hard to imagine without your head. You're looking for the head.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, it's unexplained, Pat.
Okay.
It's one of those things. It's a mystery.
But that's kind of the basis of it then, to get the truth out there, and where the song cleaned it up.
Though, it was a good place to take your girlfriend, and they'd snuggle up real tight because it was a scary, spooky place, dark. So, it was a nice place to just go and look for the light.
Well, when I talk to people of John Gray's era, they bring up that it was a great place to take a date, and you tell them about halfway over there, the story got more and more gruesome.
Yeah.
And by the time you got there, the girl was really, really scared and needed comfort, and a little bit more clingy than they may have been.
And you didn't act nervous yourself. You might have been, but you didn't show it.
You tried your best not to act
And they in the 70s, somewhere in the 70s, and maybe mid-70s, they quit letting them go out there, and they made lots of arrests because people congregated out there by the hundreds, and sometimes they'd have rifles with them, and they were shooting at the light, to bring it down. And so it was Bill Warner's porch light, I really think. I don't guess they hit it though. Bill Warner right down the railroad track, and the track turned this way and right down there.
But there'd been several attempts to have a scientific explanation though, didn't it? Because I'd heard that
fire or gas in the air.
I heard that it was some kind of refraction of light in a fog. That would
Don't try to use those big words, Pat, because your sons could use them easily, but they're one's at Harvard and the other one's wherever. But go ahead.
Don't let your limited education at Chapel Hill hold us back, John. But they never did explain it.
No.
And the kids still, after the 70s, when the guns got put up?
I guess they still go there. So the last time I was there, I went out with Keith Bilbrey. He used to be on the Ralph Emery show, and he was interested in the light. And he and I and several others went out to the light one night. Of course, we're ancient, standing on the tracks now, but it was a fun time.
How far where did you get on the track? Near the old trestle?
There are 4 different crossings. One is under the railroad trestle, going out Depot Street at Chapel Hill. And then there's one down here and one there, and then one down at General Shoe, or what used to be Genesco, the old building down there. So there were 4 different places you could sit, look northward toward the light.
You didn't walk, you just sat by the tracks?
Just sat by the track,
okay.
Right.
All right.
It was interesting, and college kids used to go. I would take kids I went to Martin College in Pulaski and for a couple of years, and then we would drive over there, have a big time, have a good time.
Back on the trestle, John, Depot Street, I think, went in front of your mother's house where she lived before she came to Tullahoma.
That's the last place she lived.
Right.
Yeah.
I think most of you may have caught that John said it was a 1-lane trestle. It had the road went over the tracks on one lane, and the other lane went under.
Most
the
people
tracks.
went under.
Well, when he says most, that's what we need to pay attention to, because I had heard, John, that at times that high school kids would sometimes run under the trestle and not slow down and not wait to see if somebody else was coming, just for the supposed thrill that they gain by going under there at a high rate of speed and hopefully not have anybody on the other side. And again, anybody listening, especially John's mother, this does not implicate John of pulling that off.
But etiquette in Chapel Hill was you blow when you get ready to go under the trestle, because the other people on the other side can hear it and then they won't come, Teenagers don't hear that lots of times. They got music going or whatever. But anyway, it was a good place to live. And the speed under the track was sometimes a little more than should be. But we have still, the light is popular because I read about it from time to time. Kids, when I taught school, I used to tell kids that they could look it up in the 13 Ghost Stories of Tennessee. There was a book, and they talked about each one of like the Bell Witch and so forth.
Right. Well, I believe that just probably wraps up our first conversation. And
well, that was about the Chapel Hill Light. And if you're ever interested in going, just contact me. Let me know where you are and where you would like to go over there, and we'll send you in a direction. There's not really good.
We may need to go ahead and say now too, John, that if any women wanted to go, they were afraid that we're out. We're both
out.
Happily married and don't call.
I wonder if Mike, Sarah Stanton, the Curly, different people who do tours, I wonder if they would be interested in going to Chapel.
A trestle light trip. That would be that'd be neat.
Yeah. It would be affordable.
Well, that probably wraps us up to next time. And as Mr. Couch used to say, that's not the end of the story. We'll be back next week. Thanks.
Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat.
I noticed something.
All right, we're back. Hey, we're back, and what we got right now is we got Bill Keller with us on today, and I was not here 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
I had to be in Knoxville, and you and Peggy were on, and you showed your video.
Right.
Of your workout.
Yes.
And what we're going to do is we're going to do another one today. But what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to have Bill, and he might not be here with us in person every time, but we're going to start a segment on the show at least twice a month, and Bill doing a workout. And Bill, for those who don't know, we've got a little bit of time, not much, because this is about 6 minutes.
Yes.
The workout tape.
Right, yes. And it's a complete workout.
Okay. And so Bill's I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We'll go to that right now, and then we'll be back and say a couple things after.
Did you put on just a few extra pounds over the holidays and all went to your stomach and to your backside? Well, we're going to do some exercises today, and the strength portion is going to focus on just those areas, your stomach and your backside. So to begin, let's start warming up. You move your feet up and down, up and down, up and down. Now, pump your arms. Get those arms pumping. We want to get that blood flow working. Blood flow is so vitally important, bathing all your muscles and organs. Okay, now I want you to side tap, side tap, side tap. Put your arms out, circle them forward a few times, and then circle them back a few times. Very good, excellent. Now let's move back toward our chair, and we're going to do some breathing exercises. We have that blood flowing, now we want to get the oxygen flowing throughout our system. So put your hands on your knees. Once you run your hands down your legs, breathe out all that stale air, and back up, hold up here for 5 seconds. We want to do 3, so blow it all out. Now big breath in. Hold it up here for 5 seconds, 3, 4, and 5, and blow all that air out. Throw all that carbon dioxide out of your system now. Huge breath of oxygen back into your system. And hold it for 2, 3, 4, and 5, and blow it all out again. And the last one, now huge breath back in. Hold it up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. Now we have the blood pumping and we have the oxygen flowing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do some core exercises for your stomach and for your glutes. So the first thing we're going to do is good posture. I want you to stand and then sit. So here we go. We're going to do 12. 1. And go at your own pace. Go at your own pace. This is 3. Drive off of your heels. 4. If you feel any sharp pain, stop immediately. 5. Okay. And 6. Very good. Drive off your heels. Keep your core tight. 7. Okay. 8. All right. 9. Okay. 10. Yeah, you got it. 11. And 1 more. That's it. And 12. Now, the next thing we're going to do is I want you to grab the bottom of your chair, good posture, shoulders back and down, navel toward your spine. I want you to pick your feet up and straight out. We're going to do 12. So up, out, back, down. 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 I think that's 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Very good. Excellent. Now, let's work on those muscles that run alongside your stomach. And so I want you to put your elbows or your fingertips in the back of your head, your elbows out. I want you to take your elbow to your opposite knee. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at your own pace. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and 12. Very good, very good. Now, again, set up good posture, and I want you to have your feet a little wider than shoulder width. I want you to hinge down and back up. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Excellent. Very good. Very good. Now, that was the strength portion. Now, we're going to do some range of motion exercises. So, what I want you to do is take one foot straight out and hinge down and stretch that big muscle right along back of your leg. Other side. Very good. Now, I want you to put your arms out, sweep one across the front of your chest. Other side, same thing. Arms up over your head, one down behind your back. Up over your head, one down behind your back. Stretch from your elbow to your waist. Excellent. Now, the next thing we want to do is want you to turn in your chair to the back of your chair, face the back, and stretch those two big muscles running alongside your spine. Excellent. Very good, very good. Now, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to do some balance exercises. So, use your chair for stabilization. I want you to stay in good posture, pick one foot up, just relax, focus and relax, and hold it up here for 5 seconds. Okay, now the other side. Okay, now the other side again. And up here again, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, and up. 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's it. I thank you so very much. I look forward to doing this with you again. Thank you.
Sign of longevity. How long
All right, there's Bill. And what do you call this? What do you call this segment? What do you call
Just
it?
a chair workout. It's a
No.
This
the overall name of your
Fun and Fit with Bill Keller.
Fun and Fit with Bill Keller.
And that's what I want to have fun.
Right.
I want to stay fit, and I want
to be Bill Keller.
And I want to be Bill Keller the rest of my life.
The best Bill Keller you can.
The best one I can be.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, we've had a good time today. Look for Bill. He'll be on our show coming up on a regular basis from now on, because I think this is very important to a lot of us old cats, how to stay mobile.
Tullahoma, I'm gonna make you fit.
There you go. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. We love you. Be good to one another. Be good to one another. Love one another, and be safe out there. Kids are back in school. See you next time.
Bye-bye.